I just did a boom boom.
I put my tit in the camera.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
I will fucking murder. Man, everybody on FaceTime talking about you like Steve Harvey. Hey. Look, y'all really think he look like Steve Harvey? Huh?
Your style, I like your class, but most of all, I like your ass. Ding dong! Way.
I can't do it. My tummy hurt.
Ooh.
End racism. You can't be racist towards black people because at the end of the day when you turn off the lights, everyone's black.
You regret what you did? Nah. Would you do it again? Sure, why not?
Guys, it's time to leave!
Tom Melon! Yay!
Vagina in real life.
I've become so numb, I can feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware.
Life is this. I like this. So I'm thinking about watching a movie. Laptop's frozen. I'm thinking that's all good. I can just watch it on TV. TV's frozen too. Hey Dana, check this out.
Papa, what are you doing? Oh my god, it's coming off! It's coming off!
The monster's gone, he's on the run, and your daddy's here. Beautiful, beautiful.
Asking my little brother if he's ever going to get married. Okay, so do you ever want to get married?
No,
Why?
because you're my sister. That's
Not.
Boom, 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 boom. What the fuck?
Now this might be look just like rubber glove on a plastic bottle, but I show you is much more, because when you give squeeze, you get middle finger that say fuck you.
Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! No!
So pop out here for G.A. Shin. She was short-sighted with her third shot. Couldn't actually keep it on the green. When... Oh my goodness, no way.
and I hear do 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 do, and I can't move my leg, I can move my head. Do 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 do.
She's adorable.
Why are you so adorable?
I don't know.
Remember, chat, when you're driving, pro tip, only drive with one thing, with one hand, so you can do important things with your other hand, like text your friends. Oh, come on! Oh, the feds are after my ass now! Oh,
Are you a soldier?
Mm-hmm.
One day, I'm going to be a soldier.
Really?
Well, no, not really. Father says I don't have the balls to be a soldier. I was so angry, but he was right. I'm a fucking pretty princess.
My bots have turned against me. Quick, like this video to electrocute them. That only took down a few of them. Hurry, subscribe to activate the trapdoors. Ah, well done. Now to reprogram those bots.
All our food keeps blowing.
Santa baby.
Well, tonight, protests are intensifying in Israel against the country's far-right government. Massive crowds have gathered in Tel Aviv as the Benjamin Netanyahu-led government pushes forward with its controversial judicial reform plans. The first vote now set for tomorrow. Netanyahu says he'll be there despite being hospitalized after getting a pacemaker.
Stop recording, please.
He can't hear, he's deaf.
How are you? Could you stop recording? Could you ask him to stop recording, please?
Nah, he said as a part of his pronouns, he's Cam/Lens.
Okay.
A scare this morning for Republican presidential candidate Ron DeSantis. 4 cars in his motorcade crashed into each other as he traveled to a campaign event in Chattanooga, Tennessee. DeSantis wasn't hurt, but one staff member suffered a minor injury. Also today, the campaign laid off 38 people to save money. That is more than a third of its staff that was let go.
Hey, not helping. Stop! Get out of here.
Hey. Stay the f*** out of my chips. And you gonna lick your chops and shit. You know what?
Come on. What's this? No.
Well, now to an extraordinary moment in Washington, D.C. this weekend. Gallaudet University held a graduation ceremony Saturday for 24 black deaf students and their teachers more than 70 years after they were denied their diplomas. The university also apologized for its role in racial and educational injustices. 5 of the 6 students who are still alive were able to attend the ceremony.
Tonight, there's a tentative contract agreement between UPS and its more than 340,000 union workers. The deal avoids what many predicted would be one of the largest and costliest strikes in American history. The Teamsters called the agreement historic and said it sets a new standard in the labor movement. Details include higher wages, workplace protections, and more trucks with air conditioning. The search for evidence in the Gilgo Beach murders on New York's Long Island has expanded as far away as Las Vegas. Police there said today they are reviewing all unsolved cases to see if there's a connection to suspect Rex Heuermann. The Las Vegas Review-Journal reports the 59-year-old architect owns a timeshare property in the city. The suspected serial killer is charged with murdering at least 3 of 11 victims found near Gilgo Beach.
You and those little high-waisted shorts, oh.
Who could tell me how the formula begins? X equals...
Skip it up and down.
Alright, man.
Alright, well, let's go left.
Oh. Well, he went this way, and then he went that way, and then he went this way, and then I go this way, and then I go that way. Oh God! Oh my God!
What just happened? Did you just chuck the glass?
I'm dead.
Watch it challenge? Let's see which one is spicier. Look at the warning. Spicy balls, Mr. Spicy balls. McDonald's spicy nugget. Spontaneous combustion hot sauce. Oh no! McDonald's Sprite. This one is the spiciest. No reaction.
Cake?
Guys, we can fix this. Massage to me. What are you doing? Show me.
Yo! Yo! This is a yolk. Protein. I don't know what I'm doing! Shit! Fuck me! Shit! What the fuck? I don't fucking know! Fuck! Stop screaming! Stop!
gone. I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures come to kill the king upon his throne, I'm ready for their stones. I'll dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands above my head, head, head. Like Jesus said, I'm gonna dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands above my head. Dance together, forgive him before he's dead, because dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands above my head, head, head. Like Jesus said, I'm gonna dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands above my head. Dance together, forgive him before he's dead, because dance, 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 dance.
Golf rules you need to know. So you're hitting your second shot on a par 4 to an elevated green where you can't see the hole. You catch it a bit thin and you have every reason to believe that you're long and over the green. You search for it everywhere, but you're unable to find it before the 3-minute search time expires. So you go back to where you last played from and take stroke and distance for a lost ball and hit a great 4th shot onto the green. You end up making the putt for a bogey 5, only to discover that you actually holed out your first ball. So which score stands, the eagle or the bogey? Lucky for you, the moment you hold out the first ball, even though you didn't know, you completed the hole, which means the eagle stands and there is no penalty for playing another ball in an attempt to complete the hole.
Today is the day we're finally opening this. I've put off opening it. If you would have told me a year ago from today that I'd be holding one of these, I would have never ever believed you. I never thought.
So the lighter pink will be Queen Poppy's face, and the darker pink will be her hair. Now I'm going to start on her dress. I'll use this blue color here. I'll put a couple bubbles down here. There we go. And tuck these bubbles through the legs. And now we'll wrap a skirt around her. Look how cute she's coming out. It's not Queen Poppy until we give her hair and a face. Look at that. Now I'll put on the parts of her hair that go in front of her face and the flower headband. Yay, look how cute she is.
Today, I'm going to be attempting to do 5 magic tricks in 5 minutes, starting from right now. I think there's something wrong with the food. Oh my god. There's something wrong with the breadsticks as well, I think. Alright, that's 2 tricks done, 3 more to go. Pack of cards, pick one, show the camera, watch the cards, watch. 2 minutes left. Alright, watch the bandana, watch it very closely, watch. 1, 2, 3. And now, with just 1 minute left, it was time to do my final trick.
What kind of bird is it?
Fucking forward.
What kind?
Fucking forward. That's a princess.
What kind is it?
Fucking forward. That's a princess.
Lord have mercy.
You had some timing issues, sometimes a little too loud, but she's very dedicated and hardworking. You take opportunities from people who have been here longer. Okay, and then the good things. You're nice and a team player. You lip sync when you're on stage. You respect us.
Good word, respect. There's a lot that makes you an ALDC dancer. You're a performer and you're sassy. So, I'm gonna give you this jacket. This is sacred, and this is for the rest of this season. This is not for all eternity, okay? You're welcome.
Okay, so everyone's doing this thing where they turn themselves into a girl. Well, girls, y'all have to do the one of the guy. So, I guess, here we go. Y'all ready? Oh! Girls, nope, never mind. Don't do it.
If it's Trump versus Biden, would you participate in a no-labels ticket?
My focus right now.
You're not
is,
ruling it out.
No, my
you
focus.
just gave me that.
No, sure.
No rule it out answer.
Listen, you know me, Chuck. I'm going to take time and deliberate. I wouldn't want something that would potentially lead to Donald Trump winning. My focus right now is crisscrossing the country and talking about how we need common sense in complicated times, and that the best way we solve our problems is by recognizing we're better together. And that's why I need folks to go to heardforamerica.com and help me get on the debate stage.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
Swag like Ohio.
Oh.
Oh! City was a radio. Diamond!
Oh my God, bro.
Go crazy! Go stupid! Oh!
Whoa! Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
You are going to love the 2023 Explorer. You've got a lot of capabilities to call on in a Ford Explorer. Don't underestimate your choices, and is priced below $45,000. This vehicle has less than 100 miles. Here are some of this vehicle's great options: electronic stability control, alloy wheels, rear spoiler, power liftgate, brake assist, traction control, remote keyless entry, four-wheel disc brakes, speed control, rear window defroster. Come take a test drive today.
And where is the floof? Or where is the floof? Where is the floof? Or where is the floof? Where is the floof? Where is...
I remember when
I remember when I lost my mind.
What is your message to the fans and consumers who aren't interested in the nuance that we're discussing here today? They just want their favorite TV shows or they want to go to the movies.
Well, what makes you think they're not interested in what's happening here? I think that they have an allegiance to all of us because we bring joy to their lives, we bring entertainment to their lives, and during COVID, they turned to us for everything. So I don't think that your assumption that they don't really care about anything but being entertained over the summer is the bottom line, when the people that give so much to them and enrich their lives in so many ways are saying we are being taken advantage of in a terrible way. And if we let this happen to us, dollars for donuts, it's going to happen to you and your family, your children, and everybody that you work with too. That's how threatening this moment is in our nation's history.
Right now at 5 o'clock, breaking news. 2 deadly crashes along the coastline, including a 150-foot plunge off a cliff.
Well, let's get right to assignment editor Mike Rogers on the desk now with details on these wrecks, Mike.
Yeah, Pat and Jeff, it's been a pretty tragic afternoon along our coast. The first one happening down at Ranchos Palos Verdes when a car, an SUV, careened 150 feet down that cliff. We'll show you some video that we've got from SkyCal here, who was overhead this afternoon. And this is kind of the path. You see the street there. The car went all the way across this grass here, down the rocks, and into the part of the ocean here as SkyCal continues to pan to the left. There's the car kind of right there at the base of the water. Now, LA County Fire says they did find a man, an adult, who was dead inside the car after that crash. You can imagine why. That's quite the distance. We also spotted tons of debris near there, clothes, hangers, even some pieces of the car that came off during the wreck. Now, that wasn't the only one. Just up the coast in Malibu, we've got some more video to show you. This was at PCH, excuse me, right there along the beach as well, where a motorcycle rider went off the cliff. He was also killed. Now, he died in the back of that ambulance there. That's why this ambulance was still on scene. This crash happening just before 1 o'clock. We did see the LA County coroner is there as well. CHP was able to tow the motorcycle fairly quickly to be able to get the lanes back open. So now the coroner, CHP, and that ambulance all conducting their investigation right there on the side of the road, not impacting traffic anymore. But for a long period of time this afternoon, that one lane was blocked there, that outside lane. So as we come back out here to the desk, the cause of each of these collisions still under investigation by the CHP up in Malibu and the Sheriff's Department down there in Ranchos Palos Verdes. So as soon as we get any information from either of them, we'll be sure to pass it along, guys.
All right, very tragic indeed. Thank you.
Have you noticed prices at the pump climbing? It's not a mirage, but as the country sizzles under sweltering heat, so do our wallets.
I've been going to work every day watching my gas tank go down, and I've been watching the gas prices go up.
Gas prices have spiked, averaging $3.75 a gallon according to AAA. 16 cents higher than last week, but still cheaper than a year ago, with California once again approaching $5 a gallon. Experts say cuts in production are to blame, but so is the record-breaking heat.
You've got a lot of refineries that are coughing and wheezing. They're not really geared to run with 10 or 15 days of 100-degree temperatures in a row.
And as we move into peak hurricane season, the industry fears prices will continue to spike.
When a hurricane enters into the Gulf of Mexico, supplies can be disrupted
resulting in higher gasoline and diesel prices.
How is this going to impact consumers?
I expect that gasoline prices are going to continue to rise another 7 to 10 cents a gallon. And that means the cost to deliver goods and services to the consumer is going to increase as well.
I have to take money out of grocery to make sure I have gas to get to the store. So it's like a lose-lose situation.
For now, the only hope for drivers is to figure out a way to spend less time on the road until prices come back down. Dana Griffin, NBC News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.
To Ohio now, newly released body cam video has prompted an investigation after police dog was let loose on an unarmed suspect as he was surrendering. A warning, some of the video we're about to show you is graphic. Here's CBS's Astrid Martinez.
Do not release the dog with his hands up.
Newly released video shows the moments before an Ohio police canine attacked an unarmed black man as he was trying to surrender following a lengthy highway chase.
Get the dog off of him! Get the dog! Get out! Get out the dog!
The video starts as police try to pull over Jadarius Rose for a missing mudflap. The 23-year-old led police on a chase for more than 30 minutes, stopping in Jackson County, about 90 minutes south of Columbus. At one point, police with guns drawn instruct Rose to exit the vehicle. He takes off again, and police were forced to use spike strips to stop the semi.
Do not release the dog with his hands up.
Ohio State Highway Patrol says troopers were attempting to make the arrest when Circleville police officer Ryan Speakman deployed his canine, biting Rose.
The justification for the use of the canine really needs to be reviewed.
Brian Higgins is an assistant professor at the John Jay School of Criminal Justice.
What would indicate to that officer that he should have not released that dog?
When we see a supervisor in the state police ordering that officer not to release the dog, that's the order that should have carried the day.
Circleville police would not say if Officer Speakman is under investigation.
Was that not loud enough?
Troopers say Rose was immediately given first aid after the dog bite and that they're conducting their own investigation into the arrest. Jerika?
Astrid, thank you.
Now to a scary incident involving the son of NBA superstar LeBron James. 18-year-old Bronny, a freshman on the USC basketball team, suffered a cardiac arrest on Monday during a workout on campus, and he had to be rushed to the hospital. CBS's Jonathan Bigliotti has the latest details.
Tonight, concerns over whether Bronny James, one of the most recognizable basketball recruits ever, will still be able to play after being rushed to the hospital and admitted to the ICU. A family spokesperson saying Bronny is now out of intensive care and in stable condition.
The son of LeBron James, Bronny James, made it official on Saturday, committing to USC.
Bronny, the elder son of LeBron James, the NBA's all-time leading scorer, was a top recruit of Sierra Canyon High School in Los Angeles. In May, he announced his decision to play for USC and was at a practice when he went into cardiac arrest. A sudden cardiac arrest occurs when an electrical malfunction in the heart causes it to stop pumping blood to vital organs. It differs from a heart attack, which occurs when a blocked artery prevents oxygen-rich blood from reaching the heart.
How dangerous is a cardiac arrest?
And the inability to supply blood to the rest of the body essentially is a cause of death. It's very important to get care immediately, to call 911, to start compressions.
LeBron talked about his sons at the ESPY Awards earlier this month.
I'm so proud of these two men standing right behind me tonight.
The family spokesperson says LeBron and his wife Savannah wish to publicly send their deepest thanks and appreciation to the USC medical and athletic staff for their incredible work and dedication to the safety of their athletes. It's unclear why Bronny went into cardiac arrest, but doctors say if treated immediately, patients can make a full recovery, Nora.
We're hoping so. Jonathan Vigliotti, thank you.
Tucked away in rural Breckenridge County is a National Historic Place, the home of Judge Joseph Holt. It's sat vacant for almost 50 years.
It has been a massive project for our rural community. We have had to teach preservation we have had to teach our community of what we had in our backyard, a national treasure.
Susan Dyer and her team restored the historic home in hopes of highlighting Judge Holt's service to our country.
Judge Joe Holt was Lincoln's TJAG, the thing he's most famous for. He was also a Secretary of War, the equivalent of Secretary of Defense. Before, he was the Judge Advocate General for the Union Army. So he was arguably the most prominent Kentuckian of his day.
He served 4 presidents. He helped keep Kentucky in the Union during the Civil War, and his legacy is now being remembered and loved and honored.
His legacy has been honored by Dyer and the residents of Breckinridge County for the past 3 decades. But on Friday, it got recognition of an even higher rank.
Forward, march.
The United States Army JAG Corps celebrated its 248th birthday at the historic home. More than 100 JAGs from Kentucky, Ohio, Indiana, and even Washington, D.C. joined together for professional development and learned about the home of one of the first TJAGs.
It is hugely meaningful for us, but it should be recognized as a very meaningful place for all Kentuckians, all residents of Breckinridge County.
After years of hard work, Dyer and the community hope the Army JAG Corps will consider hosting meetings at the Holt home again. But they're just happy to have saved a piece of Kentucky history.
The people of Breckinridge County now understand the importance, and it just means the world to us to know that we've saved something that's irreplaceable.
Addie Miners, WLKY News.
Now to the disturbing news of an American soldier being held in North Korea. CBS News has learned that U.S. Army Private Second Class Travis King willfully crossed over the demilitarized zone between South Korea and the North during a tour. CBS's Margaret Brennan reports this is the first time an American citizen has been detained by North Korea in nearly 5 years.
It was here, along the heavily fortified border, where Travis King, a U.S. Army Private Second Class, dashed across. A witness told CBS that King suddenly yelled out, ran in between 2 buildings, and then into North Korea. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin.
One of our service members who was on a tour willfully and without authorization crossed the military demarcation line. We believe that he is in the BRK custody.
A week prior, King had been released from a detention facility in South Korea. He was escorted to the airport outside Seoul to fly back to Fort Bliss, Texas. But instead of boarding the plane, he got on a tour bus to the DMZ.
The safety and security of any American overseas remains the top priority.
Securing King's release is complicated. The U.S. does not have diplomatic relations with Pyongyang. The last American civilians to be detained there were freed in 2018. Otto Warmbier, a college student, died shortly after his 2017 release. Since King is a soldier, the Defense Department said it is taking the lead by communicating with military counterparts. But tensions there are high. Today, the first U.S. nuclear-capable submarine in 4 decades arrived in South Korea, part of the Biden administration's push to deter Kim Jong-un's continued nuclear development. And North Korea fired off a suspected ballistic missile just days after testing one that could put the U.S. within striking distance of a nuclear weapon.
Over the past 2 years, the Kim government refused repeated offers by the Biden administration to negotiate without preconditions, specifically regarding its nuclear program. As of this evening, Pyongyang has not responded, Nora, to any outreach, including about Private King.
Margaret Brennan, thank you. Back here in Washington, there will be an unusual House oversight hearing this week on what's being called unidentified aerial phenomena, better known as UFOs. CBS's Scott MacFarlane reports as the number of unexplained sightings have increased, so has the demand for more answers.
The number of close encounters
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
isn't just increasing, it's soaring.
My gosh.
366 more reports of so-called unidentified aerial phenomena, or UFOs, since March 2021. This triangle seemed to hover over a California military base, and this unidentified object zipped across the sky over the Middle East. Retired Navy Commander David Fravor described another incident near San Diego to 60 Minutes.
It goes and just turns abruptly and starts mirroring me. So as I'm coming down, it starts coming up.
I think there's a lot of questions that the American public needs to know.
Tennessee Republican Tim Burchett believes the Pentagon is withholding evidence of possible extraterrestrial encounters.
I want transparency. Just release all the files that they have on it. Quit with this redacted stuff, and let's get it out there.
Former intelligence officer David Grush will tell Congress tomorrow that he was denied access to information on a secret government UFO crash retrieval program, something the Pentagon disputes. Astronomer Seth Shostak said the Pentagon would have little incentive to cover up UFO encounters.
Why would they do that? And almost invariably the response is, well, the public couldn't handle the news. That's totally bonkers, right?
But New York Democrat Kirsten Gillibrand said more transparency is critical. The increasing number of objects in the sky could be a threat to military aircraft.
These pilots, they see it as urgent for a national security reason to have domain awareness. They could crash into these objects.
Congress, which for years has avoided this topic of unidentified phenomena, tomorrow will give it a big and bipartisan platform. When these three people take the witness stand to describe their own encounters with UFOs, it won't just be U.S. media watching, but I'm told several international news outlets watching this room as well. Nora?
No doubt, a lot of interest, Scott. Thank you.
Epic weekend. Thousands of bikers flocked to Milwaukee for the Harley-Davidson Homecoming Festival.
This year's festival celebrated the 120th anniversary of the founding of Harley. Today, Milwaukee leaders called the Harley Homecoming a big success. 12 News' Madison Moore investigates the cost of the biker weekend.
The sounds of Harley-Davidson's 120th homecoming filled the Milwaukee streets this past weekend. But with the festivities now in the rearview mirror, when it comes to the price tag for an event like this that the city pays, what does that look like?
So Harley-Davidson, in working with the police department, will actually come up and pay.
The Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office already knows what it's owed. They say it's roughly $43,000.
It was typically between 20 and 30 deputies. Because of our limited resources, that was done mostly with overtime. So we were looking at about 700 hours worth of person hours.
Harley-Davidson will also have to pay Milwaukee's Department of Public Works roughly $8,300.
Anytime they need assistance from barricading or parking meters, etc., we actually are charging these special event coordinators to pay for those costs. So the city doesn't incur a lot.
Milwaukee's Visitors Bureau had projected Milwaukee would earn more than $95 million in revenue during the motorcycle company's anniversary. Mayor Johnson says the events of this past weekend helped to serve as a practice run for the Republican National Convention that will take over Milwaukee in less than a year, adding that these events will help to create new revenue for the city once the 2% sales tax increase goes into effect next year.
What folks should understand, much like Harley, you had folks coming from countries all across the world here. The RNC will do the same thing. So we'll see a lot of economic impact, and the city, for once, for the first time ever in our history, will be able to be the direct beneficiary of those that economic impact too. And that's good for our taxpayers. It's good for the city of Milwaukee altogether.
The mayor finding a silver lining as he looks at next year's big events, while the cost of this summer's events are still being tabulated. In Milwaukee, Madison Moore, WISN 12 News.
Milwaukee police tell 12 News they are still finalizing their bill for Harley, but says the cost will be, their word now, significant. The Department of Public Works also charging the Brady Street Business Group nearly $8,000 for the Brady Street Harley experience.
Are following some developing news. Hollywood actors are on the verge of a strike after talks with studios over a new contract failed.
Yeah, so the deadline to reach a new deal expired at midnight. KCON News reporter Tina Patel live in Mid-Wilshire with a look at what's next. Tina, this affects a lot of people.
Absolutely. SAG-AFTRA National Board is going to be meeting on this morning, and they are going to be talking about whether they will go ahead and strike. You might remember that members voted on a strike authorization a little over a month ago before the negotiations with the studios actually got underway. Now, some SAG-AFTRA members are already getting their picket signs ready. We saw several pictures of that posted on social media yesterday. There are about 160,000 actors in the union. They are fighting for better pay and residuals, as well as assurances about the use of artificial intelligence. It's some of the same issues that writers have been fighting for, which is why many actors have already been joining WGA members picketing outside studios for the past couple months. If SAG-AFTRA does go on strike, actors would not be able to take part in any productions. They also would not be able to promote their projects. Some actors talked about union solidarity during the premiere for the Barbie movie in London.
Absolutely. No, I'm very much in support of all the unions, and I'm a part of SAG, so I would absolutely stand by that.
I think it's important. Our union is the entity that fights for our rights and fights for the onset rights for everybody.
Love the unions. They've always protected all of the artists I know, and I really want them to stand strong and win their fight.
Now, here's a statement that the studios put out overnight. They say rather than continuing to negotiate, SAG-AFTRA has put us on a course that will deepen the financial hardship for thousands who depend on the industry for their livelihoods. But the president of SAG-AFTRA put out her own statement saying, quote, the AMPTP's responses to the union's most important proposals have been insulting and disrespectful of our massive contributions to this industry. The companies have refused to meaningfully engage on some topics and on others completely stonewalled us. As we come back out here live, we are expecting to hear from SAG-AFTRA about whether or not they're going to go ahead with this strike at noon today. So, of course, we will give you those updates. If SAG-AFTRA does go on strike, it would be the same time that their union is on strike, the same time that the writers are on strike. That hasn't happened in decades. We'll send it back to you.
Yeah, just a few hours away from that big decision. So, all right, Tina, thank you.